This week's declaration is, I am provided for. We hear in Matthew 6:25 onwards, which for ages has been one of my favourite verses. Do not worry about food. Do not worry about clothes. God feeds the birds. God clothes the flowers beautifully, and you are of way more worth to him than these things. And so how much more is he going to feed and clothe you? Don't be anxious about them. Seek first his kingdom. Everything else will be added onto you. He knows your needs. Don't worry about tomorrow. I love that passage in scripture, and it became real to me in a whole new way yesterday when I walked into the butcher next door to us. We live on a farm that's got a butchery attached, to get some sausages for supper. And the butcher said, I'm so glad you've come in. We've had an extraordinary request. Somebody has set up an account for you to shop here for your meat each week. And it's totally anonymous, and I can't tell you who it is. I mean, extraordinary. I don't know who it is, but I'm just so blessed by their kind generosity. And this all is way more poignant for me this week and hit me hard in light of a silly fiasco with chicken nuggets that happened last week, where basically I got in a tears around these special chicken nuggets being eaten because I'd spent loads of time and money on making these chicken nuggets. I'm not a massive meat eater, but Dom loves it, and I know it's good for redemption, and so sometimes I just have to get over myself and make meat things. But when I do, I want to use best quality meat because I care about how stuff is reared, but that's usually quite expensive to get. So I decided I'm going to make these chicken nuggets, healthy, Jamie Oliver chicken nuggets, marinated the meat for days, rolled it in sourdough breadcrumbs, made them, and they were in the freezer ready for a time when we were going to have them. And then they actually ended up being slowly eaten kind of by other people over these few days. And when I realised there are not many left and I hadn't even given them to Dom yet, I was really bothered. And as I went for a swim, I confessed it to the Lord. I said, sorry, God, search my heart. I'm sorry for what, I don't know, I'm embarrassed that this is bothering me so much. Help me let it go. Visualize myself laying at the cross. The end of the swim, I was still going over and over it on my head, all of the length I'd been thinking about it. I was like, Thea, get over the chicken nuggets, for goodness sake. And I was chatting to Dom afterwards. I was like, quite embarrassed, but the chicken nuggets thing is still bothering me. And he was really sweet and like, Thea, sit in the tension, sit in the discomfort, and let God talk to you and set you free in this area. Whatever is going on, there's some deeper issue, and it's all right. There's room for freedom here, but just let God into it. So that was it. I'd opened my heart. Lord, search me and show me and set me free in this area and help me be generous and chilled around chicken nuggets. And that was it. And so when I walked into the butcher and found out that somebody has given us a certain budget each week to spend on this meat, I mean, it's the best quality meat. It's all locally reared stuff that people bring to this butchery, and they then package it up beautifully and sell award-winning sausages. I mean, it's exquisitely done. And I'm now able to go right next door, support local produce, and feed my boys best quality meat each week. I can make chicken nuggets every week if I want. And I'm just astounded by God's kindness and by this person's generosity, this anonymous person. God knows our needs, and where I'd felt ashamed and condemned in this whole embarrassing chicken nugget thing, I just yesterday felt cloaked by God's kindness of, Thea, I've got you covered. You don't need to worry about what you're going to eat. As Matthew 6 says, take me seriously, take me at my word. Do not worry. I have got you covered. And so I want to share this with you because the testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy. As you hear this testimony, receive it as a prophecy over your own life for areas where you may be worrying about provision, about your family, about food, clothing, whatever it is that may be bothering you. Receive this testimony that the Lord knows He cares about the small details in your life. He loves to provide for you. I encourage you to trust Him and receive His goodness.